Well, another first day on the trap line here, and we got us the ringtail bandit. Weather wasn't real cold last night. Got a very small amount of steel in the ground, and this particular spot produces coons every single year. It's just a super spot. Caught them on a dirt hole set because I also catch coyotes here. We have two fields that transition, bean field here and the cornfield there. We have a man-made water area on this side over here, and this is the only spot that crosses over that water. I mean, this is just a super highway for animals. The trail is pretty well worn in between. Got him by the back foot. Back foot catches are pretty common when you're doing dirt hole sets, just because, you know, when I got them, I'm setting them for coyotes. A lot of times the coon kind of have a tendency to tuck up a little bit close to that trap, and they get their back foot caught a lot. A lot of guys don't like catching coons. I love catching coons. I think they're great. We actually do get a pretty decent price from here in the Midwest, and you catch a lot of them pretty quick. And this one here, he's a pretty spunky guy. He's really cleared out this area. I got quite a burn circle. We're gonna probably go ahead and remake this set, get everything all taken care of, and hopefully we can show you guys what that looks like here in a minute. All right, guys, so we got our coon catch here. Nice little coon. Nothing to brag home about, but so we got our old trap here. We got blood on the trap. Usually I'm all about reusing the same trap as long as you don't have blood on it. This one is just coated in blood. For coyotes, they will dig the crap out of that back up, even raccoons. So we're just gonna go ahead and get that out of the way. When using the wolf fang anchors, it's nice. I just swap out the anchor with the quick disconnect, and we're back in business. I got a brand new Bridger number 3. I've been really liking these Bridger number 3 offset jaws. No 4-coil needed. So Mr. Coon here decided to trash this setup pretty good. And what we're going to do is we are going to capitalize on some of his mess. We're going to pull a little cover back. Here's our pan, or our bowl. We're going to dig that back out. A little bit of peat moss down in there. This is some of that real good early season trapping conditions where nothing's really freezing up. I don't have to get waxed, or I don't have to really worry about a whole lot. Just a trap, a little peat moss, and some top cover, and you're in business. Everything should fit. This is one of those nice things about having traps that are all the same. You know, I never was like that. I always had mix match stuff in there. It's a little wiggly. And you know, you put a Duke in, and you put a Bridger in, and things are always just kind of wonky how they fit. So one of the things we're gonna do here, just kind of lighten this up a little bit, kind of make that all look the same. So something I've been doing really good with is when I come in here, texture is very important, I think, with the way the ground is concerned, and the height, the depth of the ground. So we're gonna find that pan real quick. So there's our pan, right? What we want to do is we want to kind of customize this texture, the level of the ground to that pan. Well, how do we get that coyote in his mind when he looks at it? Get him to put his hand right there. You know, we're always working off of, 2-3 inch, margins with these smaller pans like this, and so it's very, very vital to get him to step in the exact spot that you want him to. So what we're looking at here is we want this to be a little bit the lowest spot. Typically what I want to do, you want it to be smooth and free of any kind of obstructions. So it kind of comes down to a bowl. We got our bait hole right here. And what I like to do is take some small objects, something that's not going to be real affected by the trap or it's going to get thrown out of the way. With our trap pan being right there, we'll put something right there. Actually, we'll use something small, even a leaf, small piece of stick. I don't think you want symmetrical, something, not quite symmetrical, but just something that says, don't step here, don't step there. You don't want him right here. I'm gonna put that little sticker up right there. He's gonna step right there on that spot. And there's a bait hole right here. We're gonna go ahead and just kind of re-dig that out. There's probably still bait down in there. It's probably still good. We're just gonna go ahead and redo it. You get a nice bait hole down here. So one of my favorite, we're gonna use cave-ins today. One of my favorite coyote trappers I've ever met and watched and learned from was Mark June. Mark June talks a lot about backing in his first DVD about coyote trapping. And I'll say he's spot on, and I learned a lot from it about keeping your dirt hole close to your trap, very, very small amount. The higher you're backing, the further you got to push that out. They just have a tendency to not move up too much to it. Well, in this situation here, we kind of have a very low backing area. I'm going to kind of even tamp it down. It's almost, just this hole coming down here. I don't want too much backing. I want it to kind of look like a mouse hole, but nothing too crazy. So what I'm gonna do now is working really well. Take a little bit of this corn shuck, just go down in that hole, just far enough down there where it's harder to get to.